All right, hey everybody. Good afternoon. It's Melanie here with Lost and Found. I am a furniture painter and an antique booth dealer and a lover of junk. And I love teaching you guys just some of the furniture painting techniques that I know. And so I'm out here working in my garage today. We're back in the garage. This is my super glamorous studio. But we're back today, and I've got this coffee table that I've been working on. And it's been giving me a lot of trouble. Frankly, it's not been a very fun project, and really it's kind of partly my own fault. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that, about what do you do when a piece just is not working out. And I'm going to show you guys how to work with the Fusion Stain and Finishing Oil. So I want to just start off and say, if you're watching and you want to know when these live videos are coming, you can join my messenger community, and that's super easy to do. All that you have to do is you can leave a comment here in the section with this video that says get started or start or connect. I think any of those will work, and you'll get a message from me instantly, and it'll have you in our community. And then when I get ready to go live, I can send you a message and just say, hey, we're going to be live, so that way you won't miss it. So just want to say that when I'm starting. But I'm outside Dallas, Texas today. Would love to hear if you're watching, where you guys are watching from. It's a beautiful sunny day today, a great day to be working on some furniture. So I'm going to show you, pan down here. Can we get to it? All right, here's our coffee table. This is the coffee table that's been giving me a lot of trouble. I've got the base painted on it, and I'm really happy with how the base turned out. Let's see. There it is. Sorry, I know that's hard to see. But I'm really happy with how the base turned out. But the problem is that I was honestly a little bit lazy when I was prepping the top. So what happened was I cleaned it like I usually do with Simple Green, and then I wiped off the cleaner, and then I lightly sanded it. And as I was sanding it, I could tell that there was still something on there. Hi, Donna. Glad you're here today. Thanks for joining in. I could tell that there was still something on it. There was some leftover wax or gunk. Sorry, my arm's getting tired. Something that was on the tabletop, and that I should have cleaned it some more. But then I thought, well, I'll just sand it a little bit more, and it'll be fine. Hi, Tina. So I painted on a base coat of Fusion in Bedford, and it was fine. It went on fine, and then I went back and I did a wash of casement over the top, which is what I did to the base. And it was okay. It worked all right. And then a couple days later, I came out here, and my cat had jumped on top of the table, and where he had jumped on the table, it had scratched. So I thought, well, crud. I touched up the scratches, and with more Bedford and more casement wash, and then the same thing happened. And then a few days later, I ran my own fingernails over it, and paint came up. So, moral of the story, my paint was not adhering to the top of my table. Well, which was not going to make for a good coffee table to sell to a customer. I can't sell them a coffee table where if they put something and slide it across, it's going to, if they slide it across, it's not going to stick. So, yes, thanks Christina for the tripod tip. I'm going to actually move you guys to a tripod here in a minute once we get started. So, yeah, so sometimes that's just how things go. It's just not working how you want it to work. And I learned my lesson that I don't need to be lazy, and that when my gut tells me I need to clean something more, then I need to go ahead and clean it more. Do it right or do it twice. So, what ended up happening was my husband was around. He said, you know what? I'll sand it for you. I'll just take the sander to it. So he took my orbital sander and he sanded it all off. Wasn't that so nice of him to do that for me? Wasn't that great? So he sanded it off for me. And then when he sanded it off, sanded it down, I remembered that it had this amazing wood pattern. I'll let you guys see it. Can you guys see it? Really cool inlay wood pattern to it. And once I saw the wood and it was all sanded down, I thought, you know what? I really like that wood. I want to try and keep that wood. I also really like how the base is, though, and I'm just not sure how to bring the two together. So that's what we're going to work on today. I'm going to try and bring the two of these pieces together. And y'all, this could look terrible once I get done with it. I don't know. I really don't know how it's going to look. It could look bad. But I'm just going to keep working on it. Sometimes that's what you got to do. You just keep working on something. So I don't want to stain it dark because I think a dark topped table is going to make it feel really formal. And I was going for kind of this farmhouse look, and the base of it, I'll try and show you guys in a minute. I'll try and turn it around and show you the base. The base of it has this really cool washed gray distressed look that is nice and farmhouse, and it's not going to match with the dark stained top. So what I decided to do is I'm going to use some driftwood stain, some gray stain, and some white stain to try and blend it into kind of the gray in the base. And I don't know, we'll just have to see if it works. So the products that I'm going to use are, let's see, move my hand here. So I'm going to be working with the Homestead House All-in-One Stain and Finishing Oil. I don't know if you guys have worked with any of these yet. But they're a product made by Homestead House, which is the people that make Fusion and make milk paint. And so what it is an oil-based stain, and it really is a one-step process. So typically, you know, when I used to stain, you would sand it down to raw wood, and then you would apply your stain, and then you would have to apply something on top of it, a poly or something else. And so with these little guys, the oil in these guys seals it and stains it. So there's stain and then there's oil, and it seals it all in one step. So it really cuts out that step of having to work with putting a poly or something else over your stain. And it's kind of just amazing how they work. They're a lot more forgiving, I found, than traditional stain. I usually kind of pour them on and just rub them in. Like it doesn't get as streaky and as splotchy. And then when you let it dry, it's waterproof, it's sealed, and it's done. So I really like working with them. I like using them. I'm not gonna lie, one of these little guys is expensive. This little guy is, I think, about $25. And people are always like, wow, that's a lot of money for a stain. And it is for something this size, but it really does go a long way. One of these, a friend used to do an entire trestle table that she built. And again, you're only buying one product. You're not buying a stain and then something on top. So, and yes, Tina, I do have these loaded now in my online shop. I've had them for a while. I just haven't had them in my shop because they require that I ship them differently. And so, but I got them on there now. So, you know, yeah, they do cost a little bit more. But I think you wind up saving and not having to buy additional product. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm not going to recommend something that's expensive that I don't like, that I don't think works well. And I was a little hesitant on these for a while, but I really do like them. I've been impressed with how they work. And so if I can save time and not have to do a second step, then I'm all for that. So here's what I did. I took, let's see if I can get this. Can we see it? I took some of the white and some of the driftwood, and I mixed them together in this bowl. And so, hi Karen, you made it here. I'm glad you're here. So you can mix these stains. I think I have 5 colors and then just a natural one. You can mix them. You can do, you know, you can layer them on top of each other. And so I mixed the driftwood, which is the gray, and the white. And yes, Mary, that's right. Quality does cost more. You get what you pay for. So I'm with you. I like to be frugal. I don't like to pay more for something that isn't worth it. But if it's worth it, then yeah, sometimes you got to spend some money on a good tool. So again, my goal is to have this top to match with kind of my farmhouse look base. And it could be great or it could be terrible. I don't know. We're just gonna have to see. So I'm gonna go hook you guys up to the tripod here and hope that my microphone reaches. So bear with me while I get you hooked. And then we're going to cross our fingers that my tripod doesn't fall off. Ooh. All right, there we go. So now we're going to be stable as I finish. And again, if you guys are not part of my Facebook Messenger group and you want to be notified when I go live, you can just comment with start or get started, and then we can get you in that. All right, let me get untangled. Okay, everybody see. So here's my tabletop. Here's my mixed stain and finishing oil. And I'm going to put it on just with a cheap chip brush. I've got a glove here too. And if you're wondering too, I've had some questions from people. How do you sand something that is all patterned like that? It's an orbital sander. So typically when you sand, you have to sand with the grain. If you have an orbital sander, it spins really fast. And then you don't have to worry about sanding with the grain. So I love my orbital sander. There, you can get an inexpensive one. Mine, I think is, well, I don't remember what brand it was, but it's nothing fancy. And you can change the different grits of the pad that's on there. And so when you do sand with an orbital, you don't have to worry about sanding in all the same direction. And really what I've discovered when I work with the stain, I don't have to worry about staining so much in the direction of the grain. So that's another thing. There's just something about the oil in it that makes it kind of, you know, smooth and work around. I hope I mixed up enough. We're going to see. All right, so I'm going to brush it on with my brush. And then we just kind of want to let it sit and soak in for just a minute. Let's see. I may use a little bit of a, I don't know, it's pretty light. I'm going to try to stay with these grains. We'll have to see. I really hope that this works because I want to save this pretty top. I want to have it, be able to see all this pattern and this grain in it. Let's see. Let's try rubbing it a little bit. Yeah, it's soaking in a little bit. It's still pretty light. Not as much as I want it to. Put some more on there. The more you put on there and the longer you let it sit, the more it soaks in. I'm trying to see what you guys are commenting. I was telling somebody the other day who was afraid to go live on Facebook. I said, you know, do it. Even if what you're doing bombs, it's still great for your Facebook page. So this may be one of those days. This may not turn out how I wanted to turn out, but that's all right. We're having fun. We're trying something new. Sometimes you just have to try something and see if it works. And there is a stain, and one of these is just a natural. And the natural one you can use, it's just clear, and you can use it as a different top, like as a top coat over anything. A lot of people have been using it instead of the Fusion Tough Coat. So it's kind of an oil-based top coat instead of the water-based top coat. So I think you can probably see already that it's not going on like a traditional stain. I'm just going to keep kind of wiping. Trying to stay with the grain some, but I'm telling you guys, this table has been one of those projects. The color change on it is pretty subtle. You can see it from back there. Did you say to mix it up? I use a stain and it looks great. Yes, so Stephanie, you're asking about mixing it. I mixed it because I mixed two different colors together. That's why I mixed it. And Matt Helms, my friend, is watching from high school. And how funny, Matt Helms, can you see this sweatshirt that I'm wearing? This is my high school Lady Eagles softball sweatshirt that I don't think I've worn in like 6 years. And I wear it today, and my friend from high school watches my live video. That's hilarious. All right, it's still kind of orangey under there, so I'm gonna keep working on it. I'm gonna stop and see questions. Yes, go Eagles. That's right, Matt. How are you doing, Matt? This is funny that this popped up in your feed and you decided to come watch, but I'm glad you're here. All right, we're gonna keep brushing on. I thought I mixed up enough. Another way that you can use this stain is you can use it over milk paint. You know, milk paint, you do have to seal with something. So you can use this product over milk paint to seal it. You can use the natural that will just seal it plain, or you can kind of seal it with any of these colored stains. So if you use like the cappuccino, the dark one, or something else, then it will add, almost like using a dark wax or a colored wax. Just gonna keep wiping this guy. You have to be sure and wipe off the excess, or it does kind of get tacky. And I don't think I mixed up quite enough. I have to go back and mix up some more. You can use it on top of Fusion too, but it's not going to soak in, so you want to be sure and wipe off your excess. It's changing the top. It's getting there. It's getting there. Let's see what she says. The oil makes it going so much easier. I really love it. Order some natural. Yes. Yeah, thank you, Stephanie. The natural, like, you can put a layer down of any of the colors, and if you like the color, but you want to have a little bit more protection, then you put some of the natural on top of it. If you put a second coat with more color, then it gets it a lot darker. So the natural keeps it, you get more protection, but not a whole lot darker. I'm going to use the last little bit that I have, and I didn't mix up quite enough. So this will be challenging. I get to mix up some more and see if I can match. See if I can match it. So if you stain at all, you ever refinish anything, then you're noticing it doesn't stain like a traditional stain that you're used to working with. But it's not streaking anywhere. It's just really forgiving. I got about 3/4 of it. 3/4 of it done. Okay. So I don't know. That's getting closer. That's getting a little bit closer to my vision of what I was looking for. I want to take this orangey away, but I don't want it to be dark. Whatever I do, I want it to blend with the base of the table, but I don't want it to look like, I want it to look like it all belongs together. And so I don't know. I'm gonna keep messing with it. I ran out of stain, so I'll have to stop I'll have to stop the demo here so I can go mix some up. But I'm gonna mix up some more. I'm gonna finish the top, and then I'm gonna see what it looks like. And you know what? If I can get the top to look how I want it to look, and it doesn't match with the base, the way I painted it, then I can always just go back and paint the base, which may be what I end up doing. Because I really do like this wood top. That is one downer to the stain, is that once the stain's on here, I can't paint on top of it because it's oil based. So we're gonna make it work. And can it be used to seal milk paint? Yes, yes. Even though it's oil based, you can use it to seal milk paint. It's just hemp oil will seal milk paint, Stephanie, and this is just a different oil. It's an oil alternative. So if you guys don't know or follow Linda at Q is for Quandi, she's not much on Facebook, but she has a fantastic blog. It's Q is for Quandi, Quandie. She just posted a couple days ago, maybe the end of last week. She did a makeover using the stain and finishing oil, and she tested it on like 4 or 5 different things. She put it over milk paint, she put it over Fusion, she restained with it. It was a fantastic post, so I would recommend going and looking at that if you want some more ideas. So I'm gonna keep working on it. That gives you guys the idea of how it works. I'm gonna keep working on this table. I hope that I can get out of my garage before it's too much longer. It's just one of those projects that just keeps going on and going on and going on. So I think we're getting there though. I want this to be a little bit more gray. So I'm probably going to go back with some more gray and just, again, try to blend it into this base. If I can ever get it looking the way I want to look at it, I'll take some pictures for you guys. So that's it for today. I'm going to go mix up a little bit more of the white and driftwood so I can finish this area. and then get ready for the kids to come home from school. So thanks to everybody who stopped in today to say hi. I'm excited to see my friend Matt, who is here. That's so fun. And just hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, your beautiful day. Always appreciate it when you're here. If this was helpful and you enjoy this video, I would love for you to share it. That just helps me be able to get in touch with more folks. So y'all are fantastic. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.